Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove dynamic recovery solutions from their credit report. And actually, in many cases, without paying the debt at all. So, if that's you, or actually if it's someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing exactly what the next best step is to take. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take action, because there are situations, for example, if you know or believe that dynamic recovery solutions or any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any other really major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. Now, in those situations, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts permanently deleted. But if there are no issues like that exist, that's good. But you just want to have the account removed from your credit report, well, we can help with that too. Give us a call today. Our number is in the description below, so you can find that there. But today, I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one I think is really important, and that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with dynamic recovery solutions? And I put this one at the top of the list because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. Few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. So fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that whatsoever. Also, the amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You can refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, who is Dynamic Recovery Solutions, and why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for really cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. So how that works looks like this. So let's just, for example, imagine that you have an unpaid card with Capital One, and it's $1,000. Dynamic Recovery Solutions could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But now they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which, if you do the math, gives them a 10x return on their investment. So these companies can make a lot of money, and damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. However, this is really important. What a lot of people don't know is that even if you pay the debt that's on your credit report, it does not remove the account that's attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So, a lot of the time, paying isn't in your best interest. You could just be wasting your money. And actually, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. In addition to credit reporting, they may also send scary letters, call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. And I think it's important to mention, too, that if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you'd want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with Dynamic Recovery Solutions? So settling your debt with Dynamic Recovery Solutions really depends on your goals. Typically, I tell people, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Because as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it'll remain on your credit report for 7 years, and it'll continue to damage your score that whole time. Instead, We always recommend working with an expert like us to come in and review these accounts for you. And then if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's really kind of perfect. So how do you remove dynamic recovery solutions from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Now, I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn how to do it. It's great knowledge to have, but just be prepared to spend weeks, maybe months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to come in and hire a professional to handle it for you and ensure it's done properly the first time, save the extra time, that's what we're here for. We've dealt with Dynamic Recovery Solutions accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'd be happy to take care of that for you as well. Just give us a call. How can you get Dynamic Recovery Solutions to stop calling you? This is a great question. Now, as I mentioned before, Dynamic Recovery Solutions will be calling you. It's their attempt to try to collect the debt that they've purchased, which means that the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you, well, one, settle the debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from the report altogether. Will Dynamic Recovery Solutions try suing or garnishing my wages? This is a good question. Dynamic Recovery Solutions suing is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, but really in our experience, it's rare. There are many laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's just a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Dynamic Recovery Solutions? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Dynamic Recovery Solutions has purchased. Dynamic Recovery Solutions is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Again, these acts can seem very complicated when you really look at them, but the bottom line to understand is that they provide a great deal of power to you, the consumer, if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, I don't blame you. It's not a problem. Give us a call today, and we can discuss your options. And again, our number will be in the description area below. So give us a call. Thanks so much.